Welcome back again to Chef Maxwell's Kitchen here at the Farm Bureau, where every month we get a chance to play with some great Virginia-grown food products. We got a special group for you today. We got blueberries, got fennel, got corn, all kinds of stuff. And we're going to be working this around a wonderful Virginia rockfish. The first thing we're going to do is season this rockfish up. Rockfish up north is known as striped bass. All right, and down here we call it rockfish. Wonderful, mild flavored fish. We're going to season this with some salt and some black pepper. All right. And I've got some oil in this pan. As soon as it starts to smoke a little bit, we'll see that it's hot. And there it goes. And we're going to put this in. You should always put fish in the pan with the side you want your guests to see down. All right? Now we're going to leave that in there and we're going to sear it. And that means we're going to build up a nice crust on one side of it, because this is a pretty thick piece of fish. We want the crust to build up on one side of it so that it'll hold the heat in when we turn it over. All right. Now in this one, we've got some shallots here. We're going to be making a salsa. All right. We're going to put the shallots in here. All right. We're going to cut this heat down a little bit. Can you hear that fish sizzling? Doesn't that sound great? Right? Well, we just want to sweat these shallots a little bit. We don't want them to cook too much. We don't want them to brown, certainly. We just want to sweat them in a little bit of the oil. And I'm using some olive oil here. But you can use peanut oil or canola oil. We're not going to get this too hot. All right? So I'm going to add some white wine. And now we want this to simmer till it almost dries. And while we're waiting on that, we're going to talk a little bit about this thing. This is fennel. Italians call it finocchio. I'm going to cut the top off of it. And I'm going to cut it lengthwise. And I'm going to cut just some dice of this. It's working out beautifully. Fennel has got an almost licorice taste, kind of like basil or tarragon. And this is going to go in here, and I'm going to cut this heat down again. Fennel goes in there, and some garlic's going to go in there. Not quite this much, but some garlic. Let's see how this fish is doing. And that looks beautiful. All right, over that goes. Cooking that. And we're going to add some red pepper and some corn. And get that good and hot. Stir that around. Now this is not a Mexican style salsa, even though it's called salsa. We're not putting anything really hot in here, because this is going to be somewhat sweet. Get that mixed up really nice. And now we're going to add some blueberries. Beautiful Virginia blueberries. Stir them around. And I think I want to add a couple of more to that, because I like blueberries. All right, we're going to let that simmer just a little bit. The fish is almost done. Got about 3 or more minutes on the fish, and when that's done, we'll be back and I'll put this whole thing together. Hi, back again, Chef Maxwell's Kitchen at the Farm Bureau. And we're playing with some great Virginia-grown foods here. Corn, blueberries, fennel. We've got rockfish and a little bit of rice. I want to finish off this salsa by adding a little bit of red wine vinegar, all right, and a little bit of lemon into this. Just squeeze that in there. All right, so this is a nice semi-sweet salsa for the fish. I'm going to take some rice. Now, I've cooked this rice in a little cooker that I brought back from Korea with me. All right, we're going to take some saffron rice and put it down here on the plate. Let me get the fish out. This is really a couple of people's worth of fish here. Put that right on the plate like that. We're going to take some of this salsa. Go right over the top with it. Blueberry, fennel, and corn salsa on our rockfish. We're going to take a little bit of the fennel frond and fill that plate in a little bit. Let me get my stuff out of the way so you guys can see this. And we've got a pan-seared rockfish with a fennel, corn, and blueberry salsa and some saffron rice. It just doesn't get any better than that. Once again, we've proved that as long as you're working with Virginia-grown products, it's okay to play with your food. We'll see you next time.